Mr. Bisi Adegbuyi joins us now. He is a member of the APC and a legal practitioner to give us his perspective on the subject of discussion today. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, these visits that we see time and again, even chieftains, leaders of the APC did visit the former president Obasanjo at that time, and people wonder, do they have more than one vote? I mean, in terms of the electoral value?
Well, sometimes I also wonder, but a political party should expectedly embark on a membership drive, get people who either two belong to the other divide, who are now born again, to join you. The more they say, the merrier. As a political party, you don't have the luxury of saying, no, you should belong to my party, no, you shouldn't belong, because it's a game of number anyway. But what you should do, and what I think our party is doing and will do, is to ensure that the commanding heights, where you're going to take critical decisions, people who had ruled in the past and didn't do as much as one would have expected are not allowed to dictate your policy direction. Otherwise, you have won because the other party had lost. So if you repeat the mistake of the party that had lost, then you're going to be booted out. What I'm saying is that it's good to have alternative. It's good to have the benefit of making an informed choice. And that's one of the challenges in Nigeria. The followership question that you guys alluded to. One of the major problems of Nigerian democracy is that people who determine who will be where don't even know the kind of power that they hold. And that's why somebody would, because of 500, 1,000, or 1 kilo of rice or whatever, vote for a particular political party. We will continue to engage them. Leadership is about vision. A leader should decide where his people will go, not where the people want to go. Because the people, either because of poverty, because of deprivations, are just interested in having the next meal. But leaders should take decisions, even though unpopular and painful, that will ultimately lead to the betterment of the lives of the people. Unfortunately, we have seen the resurgence of so much infrastructure, and people are voting on the basis of that. That's a dangerous dimension to the political calculation.
Well, we want to bring you back to the original conversation. I think the Chamberlain's question is apt. When we go to visit, past leaders, as it were, as he rightly asked, do they have more than one vote?
Obviously, they don't have more than one vote, but they are influential. Somebody may not be winning election in his polling booth or what, but in some other jurisdiction, they revere him because they believe he's one of them. He has pan-Nigerian outlook. I don't want to mention names because I don't personalize this.
We know the names.
We don't want to mention names too, but we understand that very recently a politician was quoted as having said that a party leader had just one vote. And we understand that he had to apologize profusely in the pages of papers for that comment.
I don't want to get involved in their claptrap and what they are doing.
Yes.
At some point, the person that you are leading to that has one vote fixed election in this country, and some people became beneficiaries of the racketeering, so to say. If, because of differences now, they say he has only one vote, I wish everybody good luck. What is important to me is that, where are we? Nigeria is in dire straits. And therefore, the type of leader a society or a country needs is a function of the circumstances prevailing at any particular point in time. Winston Churchill was a fantastic wartime Prime Minister of Great Britain. But after the war, the people said, no, we need another person. Corruption, impunity, asymmetric political landscape or configuration of Nigeria. are the major problems buffeting Nigerians say today. And therefore, you need somebody whose second name is anti-corruption, whose antecedents are well known, who at some point built refineries that we're not building now.
Bisi Adegbuyi, if I may come in here, it's almost as if you're about to campaign, but
I haven't mentioned any political party. I'm telling you what Nigeria requires now.
But what we're looking at is the past leaders we've had. Are they necessary at all?
Oh,
should we be running to them with every opportunity to bring us into it? Because some will believe that they are the ones that have caused the mistakes, the ruin
you have asked the direct question, and you're going to get the direct answer from me. Let me say this without any scintilla of doubt. If the situation in which we have found ourselves now is anything to go by, then there's no reason for anybody to publicly identify with some of these leaders. A leader that did not add 1 megawatt of electricity to the national grid, spent 8 years in office. A leader whose philosophy of governance was laissez-faire, live and let live. It will interest you to know that as much as you want to despise Shagari added more megawatts to electricity in Nigeria than any president of this country. If you want to identify with such a man, at least there's something to show for it. Somebody was the head of state of Nigeria, and when there was a resurgence of Maitasine, he took it headlong and won the war for us, built refineries. The choice is yours whether to identify with such a person or not.
We're back on this campaign trail. We're not talking specifically about the presidential candidate of the
we're talking about past leaders, mind you.
Yes, we are.
I mentioned Shagari.
Just a moment.
Wait a minute. I mentioned Shagari.
Yes.
Who succeeded Shagari? Buhari. Who succeeded Buhari? Babangida. You asked for past leaders. What did they do? And it is not right. It is unfair. It is not intellectual to put all of them under one canopy, because each did according to his ability. And it is for us to determine, or let the jury be out, whether they did well in office or not.
Now the question is this, because I think it's very important to shape the questions. We're not referring, yes, the presidential candidate, General Buhari, did rule the country in the past, but now he is angling to be the president of this country. So we're removing him from the category of people we're talking about. We're talking about people that we keep visiting. We're talking about former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Bibi, Shagari, whoever it is we decide to start visit. Just a moment, because we're not visiting Buhari. He's the one who was supposed to be paying the visits to these people now.
They will campaign anyway.
Yeah, so we're asking, do they still hold political clout? In your own opinion?
I answered your question. Somebody who was head of state, military head of state, and then got elected as a democratically elected president, would necessarily hold influence in Nigeria. To say he has 1 vote is just to play cheap politics, with due respect to them. I've said it that, yes, the man in question may not be winning election in his polling booth, but the people up north trust him. They believe that he's more or less one of them. He has a pan-Nigeria outlook. They will tell you it's not like an Afenifere person or somebody like a Bola of blessed memory who they saw as a political identist. Therefore, he has his influence. Just like the incumbent president has gone to visit former head of state, military dictator, who annulled the freest and the widely acknowledged freest and fairest election in Nigeria. If that is the company you want to keep, I say good luck to you.